Ay, puta. We hit and we hoop and we hit and we hoop and we stick and we shoot and we stick and we shoot and hits, hoops, hits, hoops. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode. It's been a little minute. Hey, haters thought we fell off. Haters really sat there like, I knew these guys they were just gonna do a few and then call it quits. No, sir. Not today, buddy. Back with episode number 9 on your head top. I'm your favorite professional, unprofessional Dixon Luna, along with Tyler. How we doing?
Yo, what's up, my man? How we doing?
Everything cool, bro. How we doing over there? How's the weather like?
Weather's a little nippy out. We're talking early morning 30s. We're talking during the day 50s if you're lucky. I am in
Wow.
my man cave slash garage slash workout slash multi-purpose room right now. And yeah, I got two shirts on and two socks, but I'm comfortable.
Oh, you're multi-layered.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. Like I told you, being a Florida boy, if you come up to the cold and you come prepared, it's not that bad. But if you thinking like a Florida boy in the cold, you're screwed.
Like that one time.
Yeah, that you're a nightmare when you went to the wall pretty much from Game of Thrones.
Top 5 survival moments in my life for sure. For
Yeah,
no
exactly.
reason either. But man, happy to be back. Everyone that's watching, please subscribe, hit the like button, follow on IG, TikTok, all of that. Hit the comments up. You know, I heard like Cheech will be in there beefing back and forth with you, replying, like trolling people. So you never know.
It's
But
hilarious.
today,
It's hilarious. I
yeah,
love it. I
man.
love seeing it.
Today we're gonna wait before we start off. It's a little hot, right? Well,
No, you're
for
good.
those that don't know, Tyler's in North Carolina. He said it's a bit nippy. I'm in Florida and it's a beautiful day. It's actually super cold, super chilly. It's like 75 out. So I'm gonna just take off the hoodie real quick.
I tell people up here, had to do it to them.
Yeah,
Golly,
that's 10. That's not 11. That's not 19. That's 10. That's number
golly.
one receiver in the league. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's Mr. 2K himself, ladies and gentlemen. But man, let's get this show on the road. The most recent action was Sunday night football. Cowboys putting the beat down on the Eagles. Crazy game. Crazy big statement game from the Cowboys. What was your takeaway? What did you see? What did you like? What were you surprised by?
Um, I thought the offense by the Cowboys and the defense by the Cowboys took care of business. It was like big brother, little brother type shit. And
Funk them boys.
and you can always tell there's certain teams like throughout the year that pick up like vets or they trade a lot for that one side of the ball. And the Eagles have been that team, picking up a lot of free agents, picking up Kevin Byard, just getting a lot of those pieces because
Shaq Leonard.
I think they're in like a panic mode. I think they knew that their defense wasn't like for real. And I think today they got, or I mean, last night they got exposed, and their offense just looked panicked. They didn't look rush. They're they got bullied. They got bullied by the Cowboys. Cowboys looked good on every level. And I mean, yeah, I can't say nothing but it emerges Cowboys to the top, top of the league if it's individual players or as a team as a whole. They looked incredible because no
Nah,
one
they
did
really
that.
did.
No one. San Francisco put up a really good fight and then broke away at the end. But this game, the Cowboys were dominant the whole game.
Nah, for sure. And this was like their first test going back. Everything goes back to that Professor Moon episode, but their first real test of the year that they completely aced A plus, which then boosted their GPA high as hell. One of the highest GPAs in the league, right there with San Fran. Great exhibition, great showing by the Cowboys. That Stephon Gilmore pickup, the way he's still playing, because like for those that don't know, average NFL lifespan is 3 years, right? But forget about that. Position by position based cornerback is really short lifespan. Like when you're talking about the best corners of the league, the greatest of the greatest have only held that title for like 3 years in total. Usually you only see like the best cornerback be the best cornerback for 1 year and then it rotates. It's a very short lifespan, but to see Gilmore, to see Gilly still out there doing his thing, doing clutch, crucial plays. But those that paid attention, he was doing this in Indianapolis. He really was, but the team wasn't up to par with the Cowboys, but he's still him. You could tell he got that Patriot, discipline in him, just that play style, nothing flashy, nothing too crazy.
12 years, man. That shit made me feel old when they at the post game.
Wow.
12 years, him in the league, 12 years,
Yeah.
just still crushing it. We talked about it in our like preseason review, or one of our first episodes. That was one of the biggest pickups by the whole league.
Yeah, for
Dallas
sure.
getting in.
Nah, for sure. Um, I'm not ready to completely jump off ship off the Eagles. I see a lot of people today, this week after this loss, killing the Eagles, jumping off the bandwagon. I'm not on that. Like we've been seeing all year, there's not as dominant as they were a year before, but they find a way to win. And believe it or not, they had a chance to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
They did the scoop and score. They stopped the Cowboys. If they would have scored on the next play, it would have been, I think, 21-27. So
Mm-hmm.
right there, you have yourself a ball game still in the second half. So let's not gloss over the fact that, the Cowboys weren't able to get in the end zone. They were able to get down there a bunch of times, which led their kicker to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Still hasn't missed a field goal all year. Rookie too, coming from soccer background and everything. But
Impressive.
yeah, very impressive. But I think the Eagles, they just need rest. They've gone through like couple of rough weeks, and they're about to hit the soft part of their schedule. So hopefully they'll be able to rest, and really get ready for the playoffs. But I think they're battle tested. I think they'll be ready. But yeah, you got anything else on that game?
A lot of drops by those receivers, and for some reason, it seemed like, especially AJ Brown, was kind of rattled a little bit.
Yeah, he looked too emotional out there for me.
He was fighting too much, and I
Every
know
play, he was
he
pushing him after a play. Like you can't be that emotional because they're winning psychologically if they get you all riled up like that.
bingo. I think he was a little bit rattled, and I mean, AJ Brown is AJ Brown. He's in the top tier for receivers, and he just wasn't like
Even
Cyrus.
Devontae.
Even Devontae was dropping. He had the drop touchdown in the earlier.
Yeah.
They looked off, and it was just everything was rolling the opposite way for the Eagles. But I feel the same way. I'm not. They're still 10-3. Like let's relax.
Yeah, let's relax. Let's relax. Like the last time we were on air, last time we did our episode, they were number one on our power ranking. So let's just chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, on to the next game. Can't you see you belong with me? You belong with me. Taylor Swift and the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh man, I try to tell y'all boys. I really try to tell everyone. I really try to tell the world, because of her arrival will be their decline. Too much hype, too much confidence, too much cockiness, not just from her, but also from the coach, from the quarterback. And let's just go over the game. They played the Buffalo Bills, who have played them really well in the regular season and playoffs. Josh Allen has always played really well versus Patrick Mahomes. He got his third regular season win over Patrick Mahomes. As the Bills won, there was a controversial call at the end of the game where Tony lined up offsides. Sports world blew up, media blew up. Half the people were saying, yeah, it's a call. Other half people were saying, yeah, but you shouldn't call that. I love seeing that happen to the Chiefs. I mean, going back to last year's Super Bowl, they benefited off a similar controversial call where, if we look at that Super Bowl play, it was clear it was pass interference, but I don't think it should have been called. But was it a foul? Yes, it was. He did hold Juju in the Super Bowl last year, KC versus Philly for the game-winning drive or whatever. But this was the same thing. I don't care if they rarely ever call it. I don't care if they ethically don't ever call it in the rule book. He was doing something illegal. So I have no problem with the call. And Kansas City has benefited from a lot of these calls all year, especially when Taylor Swift is in the house. So, you know me, I'm never going to complain when I see a call go against them. What were your thoughts?
It was an awesome play, but he was offsides. Simple as that. And you could be mad at the refs,
Yeah,
all you want, but he was offsides. It's
facts.
simple as that.
It's facts and fiction.
And it wasn't like, going back to the back in the past to the big game, Patriots and Ace and Kansas City,
I thought
AFC
the
Championship.
same thing. Chris Jones was only 3 fingers offsides.
Not,
That
but
one was controversial.
yes, exactly. But this one, my man was offsides.
This one was clear cut. The Chris Jones one, I thought the same exact thing.
It
That
was
one was like
this
bullshit.
was the play of the year that didn't happen. That's really what it was. Because it
This
was
would have been
incredible. It was incredible.
this would have been an all-time play.
Walk off touchdown with less than
The
what,
most
30
beautiful
seconds.
spiral, perfect lateral you'll ever see.
I mean, Kelsey catches it, goes across the field, draws in 3 or 4 defenders, turns around, throws the ball like a quarterback to Kadarius
That's
Toney,
a
and
play
Kadarius,
call though.
and then he zooms.
The fact that they had that in the tuck as a play call and then kind of waited to use it, but unfortunately it failed. But hey, this is the same theme all year. The Kansas City receivers screwing over the team. It's the same thing every time they lose.
But let's not forget, like after when that play happened, the game wasn't over. There was still 2 more downs, but the energy and the momentum in that whole stadium, from the center to the guy in the nosebleed, was gone.
Facts.
All of it was gone. So that following play was third and 15. Ed Oliver swats it at the line. Then fourth and 15 from the 30. There was just no hope in that stadium. That's why they lost. Because
Ultimate buzzkill.
we've seen them do shit like
Not
this.
this year though. This year is not the same Kansas City. This year's not the same Mahomes. Where back in the day, well, not back in the day, but before to this year, you would see Mahomes trailing and be like, "There's a pretty good chance he's going to come back and win this game." This year is like, I don't know. This year is like, oh, I'm kind of worried. They better tighten up, or they actually might lose this thing. So it's been the same thing all year. And I don't see it getting any better. I don't see how. Trade deadline's over, free agency. Who are you gonna call? Terrell Owens? Like it's over. Like this is who you got. This is what you're rolling with, and I definitely don't think it'll be enough to get them to where they want to be.
If Pacheco plays, you think they win, or you think it's the same outcome?
That's a big boost.
I mean, he's a legit running back.
No, he's a legit running back. They might win that if they got him. But
Not saying that's why they lost last night. I'm just saying
yeah.
that's not an excuse why they lost. Just
I also want to give credit to the Bills. Like, we know that they're capable of this, where they're capable of beating anyone in the league. Their thing is just consistency, but they're a dangerous team for sure. And to see them in the playoff hunt, it's pretty exciting. But there's no way they're catching anything Dolphins related. Next game, oh man, this is beautiful for me. This is like,
oh my God, no, I can't stand her. No, I can't stand her Illuminati ass, lifetime radio contract ass. I can't stand her. I don't fuck with Miley. I can't fuck with her fake grill. I don't fuck with nothing that she does. None of that wrecking ball shit. I don't give a
oh
shit.
my goodness.
But do you have an artist like that you don't like?
This is like glorious for me, man. They let Russ back in the kitchen. They let him, start cooking, and he started giving them 5-star Michelin review. Like he started serving entrees, meals, appetizers, desserts, you name it. I love what Sean Payton has done with him. The Broncos beat the Chargers yesterday, pretty convincingly.
Yeah, yeah,
But I just love how they've been using Russell Wilson. So this is the misconception. And I don't know why it was like only specific to Russell Wilson. So all-time great superstar, they don't stay the same their whole career. What makes someone great is the ability to change, to transition gracefully. Like Jordan didn't stay dunking and doing 6 pumps in the air his whole career. No, he got in the post and developed the mid-range. Same thing with Russell Wilson. No, he's not going to give you the crazy scramble play every single down. They're going to play a conservative game. They're going to play good defense. They're going to be well coached. And then when they need him to make a clutch play, he'll do that. So I've been really impressed by them. I don't think they're going to be, go on a crazy Super Bowl run, but to me, just what they've already done this year has been a win as a season
yes.
thus far.
Big
Like you went
franchise
from being,
improvement. Yeah.
yeah, you went from being like the embarrassment of the league, like 70-point loss, to being in the playoff hunt. So yeah, what did you think about our boy Russ? Because I know when he was
He
in
did.
Seattle, that was your boy too.
Oh yeah, I love Russ. I love Seattle Russ. He played a great game. I think a lot of it has to do with their defense, though. I think they
Facts.
averaged since it's kind of weird because after the 70-point loss for them, they kind of their whole season reset.
They tightened
Because
up after that.
since then, I think they're averaging less than 20 points allowed per game.
But
You
sometimes
could,
that's what it takes, like a gut check and
yeah,
embarrassment.
an embarrassment. Yeah, an embarrassment. Um, yeah, I mean, Russ had a classic rainbow touchdown to Cortland Sutton. It was it was gorgeous. It was like it had rainbows coming from the backside of it as it was soaring through the air. It
The
was,
part
I
I
mean,
love most about that touchdown was not even the throw, of course, the moon bomb that he used to, was famous for, but that little scoot up in the pocket, he's
yeah,
still, and then for out of nowhere, he just scoots up past the defender and then launches it. I really appreciated that move.
yeah. I mean, he's impressive. I don't think they make him do like everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think they kind of like, put up.
They gave him help in the kitchen. It's not just him cooking in there.
There you go. That's a great analogy for it. They
Yeah,
gave him some
got
help.
help in the
Yeah.
kitchen. Yes,
Yeah, they
sir.
gave him some help and confidence, like, we also got to remember, like, these are still fairly new players to Russ. This is a whole new front, coaching for Russ, Sean Payton's way.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
got to let those guys gel, but it's just how they started the season was so bad. But their run has been, really, really impressive. But yeah, I think Russ is cooking, and he's kind of like, I wouldn't say old Russ anymore because
This
he
is
did
like,
have he's sharpening his iron pretty much right now because a lot of that old Russ, his his negative about him is that he would hold the ball and run around too much.
yeah, and
With
it's hard to keep doing that as you
Yeah,
like
and
get going.
it was always a thing that his offensive line sucked because of that. But when you're constantly coming out of the pocket back and forth,
Yeah.
you can't put that on your teammate. That's you trying to make a play, but to a fault.
No,
And
for sure.
it just doesn't seem like he's doing that. That doesn't seem like
Nothing
that's
is
happening.
forced. Nothing is, too much right now.
Yeah.
Even the later years in Seattle, I feel like they were kind of too reliant on him as well, and too reliant on the defense as well. Okay, let's get over to our boy from Broward, Mr. 954 himself, ALJ. Baltimore Ravens pulled off overtime thriller win versus
Exactly.
the Rams. And I thought, the Ravens might have fumbled it again because it was just another game where the Ravens were leading big and then let the team come back and then almost lost. But thanks to that special play from the returner, they were able to win. But man, what were your takeaways from that game?
That was such a back and forth, and I thought the whole thing, like, the Rams are really going to take this game. Ravens are
Yeah,
really going to fumble this game, and especially after the safety. I think it was on the 2-yard line, and he just had to kick it so they wouldn't get a touchdown. I mean, he's the guy we always talk about. He's just like that older brother playing with little kids. he wants to shoot it fast, if he wants to run, if he wants a deep ball.
But
I mean,
did you see how he was just standing back there sometimes?
yeah,
Like,
he's
I'm
under.
like,
He's
wait,
just
hold
another
on.
run boy.
Like, look, most quarterbacks, like to be analytical, most quarterbacks do a 3-step drop. 1, 2, 3, out. That's what they teach him. 1, 2, out. LJ's different. LJ gets the ball and literally sits there and analyzes the defense and then picks and chooses what he wants to do. Every play for him is low key and extended play.
Yeah. Good point. Also, you got that's a bonus having your offensive line having able to do that,
Exactly.
giving you that
Exactly.
extra time. And I mean,
He
he's
had
throwing
all
balls.
day back there, and that's
He was
against
throwing balls to
Arizona.
everybody. Everybody.
I remember them saying like, "Oh, he was one of the few quarterbacks in Aaron Donald's career that he was never been able to been sacked."
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then you could really tell like Donald's frustration in the game because there's a few chances where he was close, but Lamar, he's just too shifty,
Too elusive.
too elusive, fam. But speaking on the Ravens, man, this is a really special conversation for me. Odell Beckham Jr., my
Great game
boy.
yesterday.
Oh my
Great game.
God, my fucking boy, fam. This feels very Rams-esque. This feels very LA-esque, like in terms of that run. Something is brewing. OBJ and Baltimore, something is brewing, man. He's looking really good. He's playing smart in terms of like not getting injured, not getting hit too hard. Like you see, he plays smart. He goes down when he needs to. He runs the route to his advantage. And I just love the fact that we're still able to see his hands at work. Like a lot of receivers, you throw it short, you throw it to another direction, they might not make the play. But with him, you know if it's his area, he gonna get that.
Mm-hmm.
Great game yesterday by him, and man, I'm just rooting for the guy to keep going.
Yeah, and also on the other side of the ball, Puka, one of the best catches of
Oh
the year.
damn!
We were
Fool.
texting back and forth,
But
and
didn't he already have another catch this year that you said was like one of the catches of the year?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
two.
Yo, and
At
no
this point, he
glove,
just
old
competing
school
with
rap.
himself.
Yo, yeah, for real. And Cooper no slouch either, bro. There was
No,
there was
thank
one
you,
play. One of
thank
my
you.
one there was one play. They might have been in the red zone, maybe a little bit outside of it, and there was a free blitzer. Cooper was lined up in the slot inside, on the left side. There was a free blitzer coming from the left side, and Stafford knew he was going to get demolished. And Stafford looked that way. Cooper wasn't there yet. Let the ball go. Easy touchdown for those guys. That chemistry. I don't know if you've heard the
Uh,
stories, but there's like a breakfast club.
yes, sir. I did hear
Okay.
about the Breakfast Club. Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's like that's what that is. Like that's what you do while you're there early, there late,
Even
or
on that
stuff like
Puka
that.
catch, like bro, that throw, that touch, that anticipation was just backyard. That just
Yo,
looked
what
like
to
backyard
see?
football. Like, let me just, hey, you run from that side of the field to this side of the field. I'm gonna throw it in the air with some touch. You go get it.
Yeah.
That's what that felt like. And that boy had no gloves in the rain.
Mm, old school.
But also talk about Cooper Cup. Thank you for bringing him a vintage performance by him.
Yeah.
First 100-yard game of the season, best game all year. You finally look like he getting healthy, even though he was, limping a little bit here and there. But when he was able to like get the ball and be him, he was still looking explosive. And one of the most underrated best things about Cooper Cup, yards after catch monster.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna hit you with a quick little shift, and he's so strong that the defender's just gonna slide off of him. He did that a few times as well. So great game. I mean, great game. Good to see Stafford still out there battling, but he was around like limping around there. He was looking
Yo,
beat up.
he really goes from broken back to like game winning drive type shit.
Crazy to see, man. A man's gonna have to hang it up soon, though. I
He's gonna
mean,
have it. His
it's
body's
looking
not gonna
rough.
let him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even on ability. Like he can still do it, but it's just body's looking rough. Pause. But yeah, man. Is there anything else, like any other takes from the league, any other games you want to discuss before we get
Just
can talk?
one thing that I can't believe because how bad he's been the last couple of years is the Browns and Flacco. winning games, and they're not just like winning.
Flacco,
They're not sliding by. They're playing good ball.
they really are. No matter who's at quarterback, honestly.
4 quarterbacks this year, and they're
And
above
they in the
500.
playoff hunt.
Yeah. And I don't know if Stefanski's just like pulling everything he's got in the bag out, to win games with these guys. But I'll tell you right now, Flacco being on the Jets for the past 2-3 years, we ended his career. And this
No,
guy's
they
winning
definitely
games with the
did.
Browns.
They definitely did.
I'm not saying I'm worried, but I think in a couple weeks, if they get some real chemistry, like Flacco's turning back the clock. It's not something I want to see, especially being the AFC. But
That's
man,
insane. You think he really might be in there to make a playoff push for real?
he
Hey,
at last.
that playoff Flacco hit different, bro. No. I'm trying to tell people something. Look, there's a few playoff quarterbacks that if they get in the dance, they're like goated. And that's one of them is him, Joe Flacco. Other one, Eli Manning. Other one, Nick Foles. Like them boys get to the dance, it's crazy. It starts to hit different.
Mm-hmm. No, but that's all. That's all I got left for the league.
I got you. Yeah, man. So that's it for his part of our show. We're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna discuss the association, get into some NBA. The dog.
Dixon, I kid you not. I wanted to cry.
It just happened one day to the next, or it was like a slow thing over time.
No, bro. The bitches were mint before on Thanksgiving.
What?
Mint, bro. By the end of the night, that's what they look like.
Oh, you were wearing them.
Yeah, I hadn't worn those kicks in like at least a year. At least a year.
Damn. So wait. They were mint by the beginning. By the end of the night, they were broken like that?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
It's tough, bro.
That's not even a super glue. That's like a whole repair joint. I mean, you might as well just buy the new shoe by that point.
Yeah, I got about 8 pairs of kicks that I can't wear anymore. They're just coming apart. And it's my OG shit. Like,
what you gonna do with them? You think you should keep them though. We are back from our halftime break. Let's talk the association. Let's talk some NBA hoops. In-season tournament finally ended. LeBron and the Lakers pulled it off. What did you think about the whole in-season experience? As a consumer yourself, it was something new. First time they ever did it. They're trying to spice up the league in December. What did you think about the whole experience in itself in-season NBA tournament 2024?
Thought it was a great boost to what the NBA needs. Pre-Christmas, meaningful basketball.
There we go.
During the games for the main tournament, for the bracket style finish, it's kind of like, you're scratching your head. You're not sure, what this is. The courts are different. It's a different game than Tuesday, than Wednesday. But when it came down to the final bracket and you saw those guys playing one and done tournament style basketball,
yeah,
that was high level NBA basketball.
You got to see like
in November.
The rise of a star too in Halliburton, which is usually what happens in the playoffs. Like that's where names are made for real.
Mm-hmm.
So even that aspect was there as well. Them courts was mad bright though, mad loud, a little bit OD.
Some of the teams were like, God damn, I
can't even focus on the game right now. I'm just looking at this bright ass color right now.
Yeah, some of them were really cool. Some of them were gonna have to make some changes.
But you were saying was so on point because like real NBA fans, like I remember I used to say this like years ago, like man, I don't start watching NBA till them Christmas games. Because the NFL season is getting live, like at that point, going strong still. So the fact that NBA was at least able to make some noise shows you that the effort that they're making. But yeah, I mean, I applaud the experimentation, but I don't know.
Let me tell you something. It's only going to get bigger because some sort of brand or company is going to be put behind it.
Yeah,
and the money's going to go up. Everything. This is like the training wheels for the in-season tournament. Give it 2, 3, 4, 5
You think that shit's gonna
years.
evolve?
It's going to be like sponsored by Amazon. It's going to be of huge events. It's going to be a big thing. I really believe that.
Yeah, the fact that
And
they had it in Vegas too, I heard it was like an event. Like they made it an event.
I mean, yeah, back in what I just said. I mean, and for LeBron, the face of the one of the face of the leagues, to win it, NBA loved that shit.
NBA loved that shit, but listen to me, as a LeBron sexual myself, that shit was whack. That he
Why?
won it. Like,
No,
fam,
it's
I'm
you're
tired of
right.
you
That's
winning
that's a
these like
book.
I'm tired of you winning these bubble Mickey Mouse Adam Silver fucking crafted championships,
Stop,
bro. Go get
Dixon.
a goddamn ring in a normal society, in a normal NBA setting. Please, AD, show up when Joker's on the other side of you in a 7-game series. I don't want to hear about an in-game, in-season tournament. What is that?
First
What
of
that don't
all,
even make sense. Goofy ass colors on the court for what, bro?
first
For
of all,
what?
don't piss on the bubble title because we both know
Shit was
that
weird
was
though.
one of the best playoff runs by all the teams were playing at such a high level. You can't say they weren't because everybody wasn't going out after
But
the
it was
game.
just
It was
different. It's just gonna have an
ball.
asterisk for better or for worse. It's just gonna
No,
always be
fuck out of here
different.
with that. That doesn't mean nothing. He
Go
won.
get you a fucking regular human championship, fam.
There's no asterisk. That's a dub. That's a championship. I
In
don't
season
care.
tournament is not a championship though.
No, that's not. It's not. But
Thank
I
you.
think it puts
It's a little legacy stunt, like first ever. That's dope.
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I
But
mean, yeah.
it just shows like, okay, single elimination. These guys are for real as contenders. And AD, he balled.
Oh man. I mean, no, he was a monster. He was a monster for
He
sure.
balled. Yeah.
I mean, that's what he could be. That's what he could be. That's the most frustrating part. Let's to move on to the next topic. Yo, I've fucking been waiting, Tyler. I've been waiting hours, minutes, days to talk to you about this Draymond Green shit, bro.
Oh
We
my
haven't
God.
spoken in a while. So since we last spoke, the man done choked up. The man done fucking little bro Rudy Gobert. Wait, first of all, how do you little bro someone that's 7'2"? Draymond Green, nothing but 6'8". How are you 6'8" and little bro someone that's 7'2"? The man, I mean, people already know what happened by now, but to me, that was one of the craziest visuals I've ever seen on an NBA court. That's not really the most dangerous or more heinous act done. We've seen people get knocked out, but just visually, like the pictures, the screenshots, like who the player was, how they did it, that was nuts, fam.
Draymond is on his bully shit for real. I
Like
don't
as a
know.
human being, fuck the NBA.
Yeah,
Like
it was
this
not
guy's a
even on the.
real life, yo, this guy's a real life bully, like bad guy type shit, villain type shit.
Yeah, and when you hear his interviews and like he's very articulate and very thoughtful with how he speaks, and
They're
it's like
smart villains.
when he does shit like this, it's like, yo, what are you doing? Like you can be a likable guy, but what are you doing?
Crazy, bro.
It's just over the
Crazy.
top, bigger than basketball type shit. Like,
How the
I
fuck are
mean,
you 7'2" and you're squatting down with your hands out like this? Fam, stand up. What are you doing? How you 7'2" and you squat down like this and you're about my height on the NBA court? And Cat and Ant, hey, look, Cat, we been on you as a hoe. We been on that. But Anthony Edwards, you disappointed me, fam. Yeah, I thought you was about that. I thought you was from that. How you gonna let your teammate get yoked up like that, fam? Right in front of you. Someone was supposed to move Draymond, get him in a chokehold. Someone was supposed to do something because that was crazy.
yeah, I want to know what Steph thinks. So I want to. I mean, come on, he's the golden boy.
I
He's
think Steph and Clay just look at that like that's like one of your bros that like how we like. I mean, not to throw any names out there, but you know that like that one brother like is fam. but you might not always agree with their actions. But at the end of the day, it's fam, so you kind of have to live with it.
I
So
agree.
you
I
kind
mean,
of,
yes.
you find out a way to like turn the other eye, like, oh man, that's Draymond. You know how he is. But I don't think they fuck with it. I mean, because look, Clay and Steph and them, they like stand up guys.
Mhm.
Like they quote unquote good guys. So this villain shit, this bully shit, this shit don't went way too far, bro.
Too far. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, oh, that's that's so and so, right? But like punching your boy punching your teammate that's on your team is one thing.
No, knocking him out, bro. That's the thing people don't understand. Like, yo, Draymond Green is a 6'8" athlete. Knocking you out, like that's dangerous, bro. Like that's lethal. Like he could have got arrested for fucking battery type shit. Like, I don't know.
It's kind of just like, yo, like you're it's not just you, you're bringing us down with you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just not
Hey,
basketball.
but that's what they get, man. But damn, that looked like a lose-lose on both sides because Jordan Poole,
You seen the clips
sheesh.
on him? You seen the clips like off the
That boy
court?
is looking like a goddamn brat, bro.
Straight up.
Straight up spoiled brat type shit. I told you he was representative of this generation. Told
Straight
you
up,
that.
man.
And then
I
Kuzma don't help showing up with fucking who knows what he wearing nowadays.
gotta love that, yeah.
Them boys is looking a mess over there. Another topic I wanted to get into. I didn't see anybody really cover this to the extent that I would like to, but Kevin Durant entered the top 10 all-time scoring list. Yo, I
Hmm.
don't for what reason. That just made me so happy because like with KD, a lot of times it's just shit that's not hoop related, whether it's a tweet, whether it's a back and forth with Adidas, whether it was the move to like, Golden State or, his beef with Russ, but like to see just a pure NBA accolade, a pure NBA list, like man, KD entered top 10 all-time greatest scorers, like to me that was beautiful. And I mean, he's up there with greatest scorers I've ever seen. I don't know if I would say the greatest to me, but I must say the most efficient, like
Oh yeah,
the
he can score from anywhere.
effortless.
Mhm.
Like it don't matter who was guarding him, whether it was a 7 foot giant or a guard. Like his shot just always looks unbothered. Like it's up to him whether he makes it or not.
It's another wild thing is he's been injured so much and he still made the top 10.
That's what
Imagine if
made
he
me. I
wasn't.
guess that's what made me more like appreciative because I know like wasn't easy to make it this far for him. Like he's been injured,
Mhm.
like you said, he's been through a lot. So man, shout out KD. I know
Uh, Other than the
I don't
OKC
have my
season.
beef with you.
Yeah, other than the OKC season that he lost that whole year. Remember
Yeah.
when Russ did the whole year?
My Russ went crazy.
With between Golden State, Brooklyn, and even now Phoenix, he's missed probably 2, 3 seasons,
Facts.
with all the games, like if you added up all the games.
Yeah.
And he's still in the top 10. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. It's
Nah, for
from a
sure.
guy that can, drive to the bucket every time and score, and he can hit it 5 feet behind the arc. I mean, he's incredible. And you're right. You got to start appreciating him because his body's not gonna. There's not too many 7 foot, ball handlers for a reason.
Nah, he truly is 101. Man, shout out KD. Just speaking on 7 footers real quick. What's good with Wemby? I mean, so far, good. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good, but
Yeah.
nowhere near the hype. Not yet. Not
Hmm.
yet.
Hmm.
But so far, to this point, nowhere near the hype. Spurs have been completely ass, completely trash. And that was one thing that I thought he was definitely gonna affect was like the winning. And I was looking for him to have more of an impact. But so far, Chet and young boy on Miami, have been looking more impressive to me than him.
Yeah. Another a thing also I think we have to put into consideration is that with the other two teams, other two rookies you just mentioned, like the franchises are in a
Better
different spot.
teams. Yes, you're
So
right.
they're also thinking about, okay, Wemby's gonna be here, for at least
They're
5, 6 years.
developing him in a different way.
Yeah, like he's not playing, 40-minute games. He is being taught the right way to play and preserves, because it's like I always bring this up ad nauseum. It's like these players, they're not just players, they're an asset, they're an investment. You
They're a
know,
business.
they're a huge part of our business. So we got to treat them as that. It's not, the 90s is you might have a fractured arm, you're still playing. You're
Yeah.
still playing the 40 minutes. Like that shit's over with. If anybody thinks I miss that old NBA, that's not it's not feasible to play a long time like that. So I think
Yeah.
that's the big time of it is, and the team's terrible. It's awesome when you see him do shit, but the team's terrible. He's
Nah, for
fun,
sure.
but it's terrible. I mean, Chet, he's as advertised and more, and playing with Shea, playing with a lot of other good, high caliber players, young but high IQ, and they're a good team. OKC's a good team.
Facts. Yo, last topic real quick. Yo, a lot of these they just come into me because I'm like, yo, it's been a while. Last topic I want to discuss real quick. Let's stay in OKC. Let's go to Chet Holmgren's teammate, Nasty Award of the Year.
Oh,
Josh Giddey. I mean, I wouldn't be me if I didn't bring this up.
yeah.
Doing nasty shit out there, and a lot of people don't get it, especially people that are from the city. But as someone who's like from Florida, and I've been through all of Florida, I've visited the South my whole life. Like in them country areas like that, weird shit like that goes down all the time. I'm not saying that it's accepted or is correct, but the fact that it's Oklahoma, the fact that it's him, the fact that it's the other person involved, man, weird shit.
Now he's what, 21 right now, right?
Yes, sir.
And if I'm not mistaken, I heard that video. He was 19 in that video,
Okay.
and Shorty was 17.
I thought Shorty was younger in the video.
I don't know.
I
I'm
think she's
asking you.
17 now.
Okay, all right. So if he was 19 and 15, yeah, that's real suspect shit. But if we're talking 19 and 17, like what are we talking about? That's just as a senior that's going out with, a fucking sophomore type shit. I mean, but if it's that's it.
But he's an
Those
NBA player, though. That's what makes it a little weird and different. I mean, if he was a senior at a local at local high school, yeah, that's fine. But the fact that you an NBA player is like, fam, you could get the cream of the crop.
like your options are a lot more
Like you're
widespread.
specifically narrowed in on that selection, that choice. So that's what makes it like, okay.
There's also another thing. I mean, I know we texted about it. It's like the girl's family and her didn't want
They
to
don't want to talk.
cooperate.
Hey, that way to drop the bag on them boys.
He must have.
Drop
Yo,
the
here's my
bag on them
year's
each. Hey,
salary.
Pops, you said you wanted a Bentley? Done.
You said you want to live in the south of France? No problem.
Done.
Nah, I mean,
Crazy,
maybe that's
man.
what happened. But I mean, it's so much a lot of hearsay, she say. But the narrative and the notion and the media, yeah, that's rough for your boy.
And the fact that the case has just come to an end in the NBA, and just to see him still out there, man, it's just doesn't look good to me. From my side of things, usually the NFL is one to get away with scumbag shit like this, but NBA's, took the rap with this one. But man, that's it. Sorry to end on a low note, but had to be brought up. You know what I'm saying? Um, anything else you want to say before we take off out of here?
Nah, man, have a good weekend, and I'll be seeing you this weekend. I'll be coming down, and um, I'll see you then. And sorry for the delay to the audience. We had a holiday, and then a couple personal reasons, and we're back. Life hits you hard sometimes, if you
Yes,
wanted to or
sir.
not.
Yes, sir. It's all about how you can take the punch. But it's been hits and hoops. Like I said, we've been hitting, we've been hooping. It's always a pleasure, and see y'all boys next time. And
All right,
girls, my fault.
go Fins.
Ay, hijo de puta.